search party. Hi, everyone. This is Richard, and over here is Miss
Joy.
Joy.
Robot. Okay.
Hello, beautiful woman. How are you? What's been
Hello.
going on in your world?
Things.
I know, but the you know what I'm talking
Um,
about, like the things that you want to talk about. Like as far as like
right,
a new
right.
client, or you're going to be traveling soon.
Soon, yes, gearing up for MegaCon, and they just keep dropping more gems, and I'm just like, they are showing off at this point. It's gonna be
Oh,
good. It's gonna be good.
which panels do you think you want to go to?
You know what? They still, I need to double check if they've even posted it yet. They still haven't. They're still doing like the release of, you know, um, celebrities, voice actors. So I don't know. They're having us wait a little longer, but it's not until the end of the month, so they have a couple more weeks. But
Okay.
yeah, it should be coming out soon, I would think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
Keep us
Um,
up on up on that. I don't know, but
yeah,
isn't Star Wars Celebration supposed to be happening too this month, or is it next month? I'm not sure. I've just heard people talking about it. They could just be, making plans or what have
it's,
you. So
it's possible. It's gonna be all of the things. I don't know. I'm not sure about that, but
okay, well,
I
keep
will, I
me
will definitely
posted.
keep you posted for.
Yeah, keep all of us posted. I think it'd be great.
Yeah,
Um, I'm
tell us.
college. It's fun.
College. Bless
I
you.
love it. No, I love. I didn't think
Good.
I was gonna like being on campus. So I have one class online and I have one on
In person.
campus. Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Yeah, every
Yeah,
Monday
in
and
person.
Wednesday. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty great. My
Do you
professor
have your
is.
backpack
Oh my
and you're
god!
like,
I have my satchel.
hey?
I got it across my arm.
Everybody knows you because you're super social. They're like, hey, Richard.
I do. I'll go to like student union and I'm like, "Do you
I
have chai
know.
tea?" "Oh, you don't? Forget it."
Oh, oh.
Well, I'm
No
just gonna
chai
be in
tea.
class sleepy.
Look at you coming in high maintenance. Do you have chai
No,
tea?
no, but they need to get chai tea at their Starbucks or whatever. Anyway, we're gonna leave that alone because I could make my own and take it. Right?
I
Who's lazy?
mean,
Right
you could.
here.
You could. But, we know you need to be pampered. We understand.
You know, you need it. You need it sometimes. Let's see what else. Celebrate my birthday. That was a lot
That's
of fun.
right. Good, good,
Um,
good.
it was crazy, but it was fun. People,
Yes.
came down before my birthday from Chicago, and
Oh, awesome.
yeah, it wasn't just for me. They happened to be here
Okay.
for work,
Well, I
so
mean, it worked out perfectly then. Yeah.
it did. It really did. It worked out, and we went to brunch and absolutely hung out. Gosh, what else? I'm trying to think of. I know spring break is coming up
Yes.
soon.
Gearing up for that.
Um,
I went to a birthday party on this last past weekend. My
okay,
friend had a masquerade murder mystery birthday,
that's fun.
which was hilarious.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Do
It
you
was a
do?
lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Do
They had an agent. Well, just two folks, I guess, a company. It's like called Murder Mystery Austin or something like that.
that's what I
And
was going
they,
to ask
and they
you.
came in and
Okay.
set up the scene, and then they had several people from the audience, which was the party goers, and it was an intimate group, being different characters. It
Hmm.
was so funny. It was fabulous, and everybody got all dressed up.
See, I
It was
love that.
yeah.
I love that. Is it a murder mystery dinner? Because I know they did something like that for a while.
Yeah, it wasn't a dinner. It was like they came. There was the party was at a venue, and so
Hmm.
there were some tables set up, but we just had like charcuterie because you have to. It's required at this point. Charcuterie and some
Wow,
drinks, but it wasn't like a sit down dinner. But we were at tables, and we had three teams,
nice.
and yeah, It was, and we talked a lot. Our table was the most rambunctious. I mean, I don't know why that happens to me all the time. I don't understand.
You know what? I'm just gonna say this. Last year at my friend Andy's wedding,
Yes.
we were like table like 60 or something like that. We were the loudest table there.
Yep.
And I was like, everyone's so much fun, you know. And I saw Andy and his wife Renee. She's like, that's all my crazy friends. And Andy's like, all my crazy friends. We're like, we have to put you in one area.
That's right, in the back.
Right. It was like, we were kind of in the back, but we made so much noise. We were just laughing.
In the back. Right. We will not be quiet.
Exactly.
We will also get the party talking. It's all instructions. Like, it's like,
you know.
Oh, did they tell us to do something? Like, what?
See, people need to be afraid.
Anyway,
Lonnie, my friend Lonnie is already afraid because I think you've met Lonnie, and he's like, "Oh Lord, when you come down to Austin, it's gonna be you and Joy and Latanya," and I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Alert the authorities.
Right. And he's like, "I have to be there for that."
So much fun.
Anyway, let me quit jabbering about that. Right. It's good. Life's good. It's not snowing right now. It's fine. Snowing here isn't bad because literally it snowed like 2-3 days in a row. But the sky is still, you know, bright and beautiful. It's not dark like Chicago.
That helps a lot.
And everything melts within 2 days. You know, and it's just really nice temperatures. But anyway, I digress.
Okay. Let's get into it, shall we?
So what are we going to talk about? What was the first thing? We were going to talk about Picard. Okay? Give it to me.
Well, first of all, I mean the lead up to it. You know, I follow Star Trek on Instagram, and it's like the countdown. You know, and then just knowing that all of like your favorite Next Generation folks were going to be on the show was just like, oh, I can't wait. So excited. And I really am liking that there's like a storyline for everyone that seems pretty gritty.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, Star Trek definitely a lot of times can be pretty fluffy. And you're just like, whatever. I love the fluff too, and it's just fun. It's like this is getting pretty. It's a kind of, dramatic. It's a dramatic storyline. They're like, oh,
right.
Yeah. My favorite things so far. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say my favorite thing so far was Worf's entrance.
Yeah.
End of episode 2. I was like, holla!
Yeah, and Rafi. Like him and Rafi.
But like Worf was like, I was like, ooh!
I was just laughing. I'm like, oh my god, this is a pair for sure.
Yes.
They're crazy.
That was great. And then they allow, how it expands into episode 3 was quite. I think I'm enjoying Worf's character development. How they're just like he's more like. Right. He's still a warrior, totally like can take people down, but he's like, yeah, would you like some chamomile tea? You're like, what?
You're like, what?
What? No.
What? And then he's like, oh, I forgot to ask, do you want sugar? Robin was like, what the hell?
Right?
Are you not a Klingon? Should you be drinking blood wine? For Worf, it's prune juice. It's like, you're not drinking that. So anyway, I still love that. So I just want to tell everyone, spoiler alert now, because we're going to start discussing some stuff that is probably going to end up spoiling it for you. So skip to the
caught up before you watch our episodes at all.
Right. Well, and it's been about a week or so I think we should be able to talk about it. So, how did you feel about the reveal
The sun reveal?
that is his name Jack
Yeah.
or no? It's
It's
Jack.
Jack.
Okay,
Like maybe.
that he is Picard's son. How do you feel about that?
I totally felt the setup though. It was so set up from like scene one, like when
Hmm.
Picard before he even gets called to go back into space.
Hmm.
Um, when he's talking with his Romulan girlfriend. I forget her name. She's beautiful.
Oh,
She's just
Talon. Is
yeah,
it
yes,
Talon?
yes, that's right.
Okay.
And she mentions how he and Dr. Crusher had tried to have a relationship, and I was like, why did you drop that little gem right there? Why did you
Right.
drop that? That's for a reason. And then it's
Right.
just over time where Riker's like, don't you see it? What's going on? You see what? And I was like, Riker, calm down, okay?
Right. Right. Oh my god. It made me laugh so hard. He's like, "Are you telling me you don't see it?
Right.
You don't see this?" You know,
He even
he
has
just
a
kind of ignored
listen,
him. He's like,
listen, they
"Okay."
even gave him a British accent. Oh, that obviously he has a British accent, whatever.
Right.
But they had to like explain it too, because they were you all like, wait a minute, what? That's not like genetic.
Well, it was the same thing on the Next Generation. I forgot what episode it was, but they really were like, "Okay, so you're French
But
and
you,
you have an English accent." And
yeah,
it's
yeah,
basically the same thing. I think he spent a long, when he was
right.
little, a
He
lot of time in
studied
England.
elsewhere, and yes,
Right. And
you gotta
Beverly
explain
Crusher, Crusher made me laugh so hard.
it.
She's just like, I sent him away, for college or school or whatever, and in England, and it just stuck.
Right. Gonna go with that. We're like, okay, all right.
Oh my god. Okay, some reveals.
I like it.
So,
I like it.
go ahead. Say what you're gonna say, hun.
No, I like it. I'm fine with it because I felt the setup that it was like, all right, this is gonna be his son. We're like, okay, cool.
Yeah. But I will say this: I loved Riker.
Yes.
When he was talking to Jack,
Yes.
and he was just like, "Oh no, I've been watching this for a while. Will
Oh,
they or
right?
won't they?" And it's like this. You've been
Dang.
waiting for a while.
I know, right?
I was like,
I know,
you
right?
did not just say that
Uncle
out loud.
Riker. Dang.
Right. He's just like, I asked for, and all this and stuff.
TMI.
Hey, exactly that. Okay, so going into
Yes.
the fight, the back and forth, do you feel Beverly is right? Do you feel Picard is right? Or do you feel they're both right as well as wrong?
With regards to the son?
How she didn't tell him.
I mean, I can't say someone's right or wrong because people make choices and they feel, and I always feel like they think in their heart, like I'm making the best decision.
Right.
I do agree. Like we know Picard, like he would not, space is his whole being.
Right. And he never wanted kids.
He never wanted kids, and he may have settled down and then been miserable, right? So it's kind of like, yeah. I mean, it would have been nice to tell him to.
Yeah.
To be like, listen, this is what's happening. This is my choice. This is how I'm going to do this. I don't expect you to like cut up your whole life to just to be here for us. But here's you do have a son.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of I don't know. Now that I'm talking it out, I'm like, maybe.
I understand why she did it though, because he's always going to have a target on his back.
That's true.
It's just like someone always wants to get back at you.
That is true. He's always trying to somebody's always trying to kill him. It's true.
Exactly. So, and what's the best way to hurt him is to kill one of his, a child or the whole family or what have you. And I agree with her, but I also agree with Picard because, and it's happened to me, and I hate it where you take the choice away from somebody.
Yeah, right.
People should be able to make whatever choice they feel like and do if it's not hurting anybody, of course.
Yeah. True.
But I understand why she did it,
Right.
but it doesn't mean that she should have done it.
Right. Can definitely see both sides for sure.
Yeah. And I
it's hard to like you're like single parent, and then the son doesn't really know who his father is, and but then it'd have to be witness protection. Now that we're talking about it, like change your identity, and it's a whole thing.
It's like, go change your face. Oh, he doesn't know what you look like. Never mind. Keep your face. Keep it. It was anyway. The one thing. I wanted to say this when he was fighting with Beverly, and she's like brought up his past with his father.
Yeah.
And Picard's like, "How dare you?"
Yeah. Ooh, that was a past. She touched that nerve. That was like, ooh, you went there.
But guess who did the same thing? Picard did it to Riker.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. That whole episode 3, I was like, y'all need to take it out of like off the bridge. Okay, so that was something when Riker was like ripping him, I was like, he is still senior officer.
Exactly. He's an admiral.
Like, is this appropriate? And he just went in on him. He was like, no, you need to leave. Remove yourself. I was like, oh.
Well, I
kind of everybody.
Because didn't he keep going back and forth? He's like, Picard's like, no, we should fight, and Riker's like, no, we should hide. And then he did, kind of with Picard. And guess who came out limping?
It was real bad. It was real bad. But still, I'm still about, he's senior officer. Like, you do not embarrass people like that in front of the whole crew. Like, I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
I was just looking at everyone's face.
Right?
Like, people are like,
right?
He's going to go punch him. He's going to punch him. I was like, oh my God, what are y'all doing? Stop it.
Although it was also hilarious because I think it was a great, all the years of watching TNG where it's, now Riker gets the chance to just like tell him off. You're like, okay, yeah, I get that too. That's kind of fun.
Well, I'm going to talk about this a little bit more. And I don't know, did you watch Voyager and Deep Space Nine as well, and Enterprise? Did you watch all of those?
I did. So it's funny. So I watched Voyager first, and then I was a late adapter to Enterprise because I was like, meh. But then I did watch the whole thing. And now I'm literally in the midst of like, I saw Deep Space Nine. It didn't really vibe with me, but now I'm going back and watching it over again from the beginning. And it's so fun to like have Odo, and then you have like, this is total spoiled, changelings. And I was like, so
people, I love going online and watching like reactions, of like TV shows like The Last of Us, and something bad happens, and you just see all these different YouTubers, like either crying or freaking out or laughing or whatever.
Yes.
And the Dominion War. So I'll say this: I didn't like Deep Space Nine at first.
Same.
I didn't.
Same. Definitely.
I mean, come on. The first episode is him meeting Picard, because I think they're taking people to Deep Space Nine, and he's going to be Captain Sisko, and that back and forth. Oh my God!
Yeah, he was
blamed Picard. He blamed Picard for his wife's death.
Well, because he was Locutus at the time. Yeah.
Right. Because he was Locutus, and I'm like, I think that kind of made me angry and pissed me off a little bit, because I'm like,
but it's Picard. We love Picard, right? I know, I get it. But then you get it. There had to be some reason why there was some friction between them for some reason they wanted.
Right, exactly that. But I'll say the first season.
Yeah.
If you could get through it.
I'm trying to get to when Avery finally gets to shave his hair off because he looks so
I know.
And we're like, can we get back to Avery the way he needs to look?
Right. I'm like, he needs to look like Hawk and
That's
Spencer for
right.
Hire.
Please,
I'm just saying,
this
shave
hair
his
thing.
head. Shave his head. You look
Right?
better.
Let the brother shave his head.
That. Oh my goodness. I will say halfway through season 2,
Is that when it comes?
it starts to pick up, but
Oh,
bam, season 3, forget about
okay.
it. You're
Brilliant.
gonna just be like the whole time.
I mean, I know there's so much that I missed, but I just couldn't get in the past. I couldn't get past that first season. I was like,
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, I mean,
I love all the characters. Like,
yeah.
I'm able to watch it better than I did in the past. Before I like totally shut it down. Now I'm like, okay. And now how it's being like certain aspects are being woven into other shows, I'm like, I need to know what's this referencing, so.
Exactly. Did you? And I'll just say on Deep Space Nine, and I'm not ruining anything for you.
Yeah, no, yeah.
The biggest thing on that show was the Dominion War, where it was kind of the Federation against the Changelings and whoever their allies were, which were the Cardassians.
Which makes sense.
Wow, it was that whole thing. It was pretty amazing, and they go into a little bit more like section like 13 whatever it is.
Okay.
It's like the covert whatever, like Starfleet doesn't even recognize that it's around. So they touch on that more, and it's great to see O'Brien and Keiko.
I know.
It was really good to see how they grew as characters. And then Worf came on.
That's right. I know he gets with Dax. Like, I remember that.
Right. So when you see those things, I think that's when you're gonna love Deep Space Nine.
All right, cool. I'm hanging in there, and especially now it's like the storyline is has relevance to Picard. I'm like, all right, I really have to hang in there. But yeah, all right, let's keep going because I know we have more to talk about.
Go to the next thing, or I know I could.
We got more. So yeah.
Okay, we got more. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. Let's see. So the next thing we're gonna talk about was
Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian. Okay, go for it. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Okay. Favorite moment is when Grogu's hugging the
oh my god. Oh my god.
Favorite thing. I want them all to squeeze upon.
Grogu is like 50 years old.
He's a big kid.
He's a baby. He doesn't. He's like, no, they're not pets. But
they're trying to work. You're like, dude.
Right.
Dude, what are you doing?
When you saw them pull up and you saw how Grogu or Baby Yoda looked at him, he goes, "Oh my God, there's things smaller than me."
Right.
He just gave that look, and I know it's. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, so cute. So cute.
They were. And I love Babu Frick. That was in the last, what was that? Like Rise of Skywalker, whatever it was. I don't remember it. The very last movie of
yeah. Yeah.
That was the best part. Babu Frick. Babu Frick. I'm like,
give me little creatures. Give me little creatures. I love them.
Can we do a spin-off?
I need me an Ewok. I need an Ewok to like make a little cameo for a sister.
Oh my god, Ewok.
I love Ewoks.
I have a love-hate relationship with Ewoks and Jawas. I'm gonna leave it there.
Okay, we're not gonna talk about it.
We're gonna talk about it at some time. And we'll come back up. I'm just saying. But
yeah, so that was definitely my favorite scene. One other thing that just seemed so funny to me was like he goes all the way to the palace to
Yeah.
see Bo-Katan.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like, whatever, dude. Everyone's gone.
She's just
I'm
sitting
over
on
it.
there.
I'm just sitting here. You're just like,
well, she's sour. She is sour right now.
Very
and
sour.
This is my prediction. She is going to help Mando.
Oh yeah.
Because
Totally.
I think she's curious about it now. She's like,
plus she needs something to do because sister's just sitting there doing nothing.
I mean, just look at her. Everyone left her.
Everybody left.
Right. She's like, this is my throne. It's like nobody is here to contest that. Nobody. You ain't got nobody except for the Roy.
She's
Troy.
so sad. Right?
It was sad, and I don't know. And she was a little sassy. She's like, "Oh, do you still have the dark saber?" And he's like, "Yeah, I do." And she's like, "Then why don't you wave it around and get it?" I'm like, "Oh, someone's a little sour." Right. I'm like, it's like, that ain't nice. You're not a nice person right now. But have you seen Rebels, Star Wars Rebels, or no?
I have not.
I think you're going to love it because there's one thing that happened in the Mandalorian, the first episode, when Grogu was looking.
Yes.
Those are the space whales that were on Rebels, and they addressed that, and they got like spoiler alert, the last episode of it. So Ezra is basically, he found out that he is force sensitive and trained to to be a Jedi, and he was better with animals and communicating with animals, and evidently he had some kind of communication link with them because Thrawn was there and he was about to destroy a lot of stuff on the rebellion. So those space whales with tentacles grabbed the ship because they can go in hyperspace.
Wow.
And they can do that. So it's not a machine that could do it. They can do that. And they took Ezra and Thrawn somewhere. And that's where Ahsoka comes in because on The Mandalorian, remember she was fighting that woman and she's like, where's Thrawn? Where is he? So if you want to, it gets better. I would say Rebels is very cool because it's about them building up the rebellion.
Got it.
And I want to tell you so much about it.
I will watch it and we can talk about it.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it because certain people pop up in Rebels, and you're like, I was just like, oh my god! Like at the school, I swear, my neighbor was like, "Hey, can you
stop squealing?"
It's like flip the switch, crazy. Flip the switch and turn off. But it's really great, and I love how they did that, and that's like a hint that this is going to be in Ahsoka, the TV series. So
I'm about that.
I cannot wait. And the dark saber. Oh, I almost said something. I'm not going to say it.
Okay. All right. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on because you got to jump. All right.
Okay. What's the next thing?
Is it The Last of Us?
We could talk. Have you seen it all? All of them?
I just watched episode 8.
Okay.
Every time I need to brace for impact, I literally have to creep my way up. I'm like, can I do this right now? No, right. I can't do it. I have to be
it's a hard watch.
Ready because
it can be.
Episode 8 was
that was
That was intense.
That was very intense. And have you played the game or you haven't played the game? I will tell you, episode 8 is almost beat for beat.
Wow.
The game. And of course they do things differently because not everything translates from the game to the small screen, HBO Max, but that, and you have to in a game play Ellie So all
Oh.
that stuff that was happening,
Ooh.
I don't know. I mean, it was absolutely horrible what
Yes.
happened,
Yes.
but I love the creators of the game because you're like, oh, Joel's gonna save her,
Right.
and all this stuff.
Hmm.
No,
No.
she
You
had to
gotta save
save
yourself.
herself,
Right.
and you have to play her. And I
Yeah.
remember the first time playing it, I'm like, damn, I don't have all. I collected all these weapons, and now all I got is a bow and arrow and a pistol. I want my flamethrower.
That's
Give me
all
my
you got.
flamethrower back.
That's all you got.
Oh my god! I was just like,
Listen,
I
she
got
had
nothing.
less than that. I mean, it was like, what can I grab or twist
Yeah,
somebody's fingers off or whatever,
right. But that was
Girl,
good.
homegirl went in fully, completely. I was just like,
Yeah.
oh,
Mhm.
dang. But yeah, it was very intense. And I had a sense about the cannibalism.
Did you? Okay, so
They kind of
what
hinted
made
at
you
it.
think?
They hinted at it when the one guy's bringing the meat out, and the woman's like, "What is it?" And I was like,
Like your husband?
"Girl, right?" Legit.
That's your husband, right? It's like this. Eat it up, yum yum.
Yeah.
Good. Oh my god!
Ooh. She's just
Oh
like,
my goodness!
okay,
Okay,
all
that
right.
is crass. That is nasty. I should not have said it like that.
Nasty. But
Oh,
legit though, right? Because he said, because in the beginning, y'all were just gonna talk about this episode, so watch this episode before you listen to us. But if you've gotten
right.
here already, I'm sorry, we're telling you all the things. But when he's like, the girl's like, can we bury him? And he's like, yeah, the ground's just too hard right now. And I was like, what's that about? Then I was like, oh, that's because he's for lunch. Okay.
Is that what made you? Is that what made you think you're just like this? Oh, they ate him. Oh my god!
We shouldn't
I
laugh
love
this
you
hard
so
because
much.
it's so gross. It's so.
I know. I love you so much. That's amazing. But I did want to bring this up, and I thought it was super cool. I remember, I think his name was Mike, the cannibal, the preacher guy. His
Oh yeah.
assistant with the beard.
Yeah.
You know who he is, right?
No, I saw people saying cameo, but I didn't know what they were talking about.
He is the voice of Joel in the game.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
so cool.
the woman who played Marlene, the black woman,
Yes.
she is the voice of Marlene in the
What?
game.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow,
And
that's huge.
I'm just loving it because they also had Joel's brother Tommy.
Yeah.
The actor who did his voice was in that too.
Wasn't it Kathleen's
Assistant, the beard,
assistant? Yeah. I remember seeing that.
and I am loving it. I am
That's so great.
that they're just pulling people in.
They're pulling all
like
the people. They're setting up the scenes so it's like totally parallel the game. They're just doing a great job. And it's very intense. Literally like every single episode, I'm like, I've got to be mentally prepared for what's to come.
I agree. And it is, I guess, because I've played I've played that game like 12 times.
Yes.
I have the remastered version. I've got
Ooh,
I can't wait to get it on PlayStation 5 because I've been seeing it side to side with PlayStation 4. Oh my god, PlayStation 5. They did such a good job. It is so clear.
Wow.
And it's just beautiful. I mean, PlayStation 4 is good too, the remastered one. But wow. It takes it to another level of PlayStation 5. But I don't know. Sometimes I kind of wish I didn't know about it.
So it could be like for me, it's like
To be
an
surprised.
unraveling of the story because I don't know what's coming. I mean, there's some things I'd spoil, like when you post stuff and I'm like, oh, don't see that, don't look at that post, don't look at that post.
like, and also like just be like, Richard, take it down.
I won't. I just be like, I didn't see that when I was like, wait, what's happening?
I try to always put spoiler alert on it.
True. I mean, honestly, it's not you; it's everybody. Like people will post things, and I'm just like, all right, well, I guess that's happening. I'll see it. You know,
well, I feel bad. I don't want to ever like ruin anything for you.
No,
because it's so good. It's such a good story.
Yeah,
you know, and that's what gets me. Not, I mean, I love the effects and I love like all of that, but at the heart of it, for me to love a book, a comic book, a movie, a TV series,
solid story, yeah,
good story. It has to be a good story, because I don't care how many laser beams and light up swords and all of that you have in it. It's not going to make up for a good story. Exactly. So, is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
I think we can move on.
Okay.
I'm looking for. Well, we have one more episode. I've already seen spoilers for it, which is annoying, but it's okay.
Have you? Oh, is it the trailer? Does that spoil it for you?
Well, I didn't watch the trailer, but you just see the headlines, and I was like, dang it. But it's cool. It's cool because you're like, okay, it's setting me up. I know what to expect for the next one. So
it's going to be a doozy.
I know it is. Although they also said it's like the shortest episode, which is interesting.
Of the last one? It's going to be a short episode?
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's going to be full, but it's not. The length of it is going to be a little bit shorter. I think that's
I'm not going to be happy about that, man.
I think they're going to give you everything you need. Don't worry. Don't be mad yet. Don't be mad. Hold up.
I know. I'm not. I promise. There's a lot to digest. If I think they're going to do what they're going to do, I don't know, because I've like heard from people. I know how the first game ends, and then it goes into part 2. It's like a time skip.
Oh, okay.
Ellie's grown up, and
We're
not too. Okay, I'm shutting up.
Nope.
Really quiet. I just hope it ends like the end of the game. I hope the TV series.
I feel like they're going to be true to it. I'm assuming, but we shall see, and we will talk about it on the next episode.
That sounds good to me.
Right.
Okay.
So now
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Can we talk about the haters that this movie has been getting? And I don't think it's deserved. To me, I know we've both seen it. Why don't you go ahead and tell me what your feelings were about it when you saw the movie? Were you like, how is this happening? What's going on?
I mean, again, I always go in with no expectations, so that's why I'd have a different perspective.
That's a good way to do it.
They're like, oh, I needed to have X, Y, Z, and all these things lined up. I was like, Ant-Man, he's a goofball. It's gonna have kind of a goofy, like, it's gonna be lighthearted in the beginning, all that stuff. I did love the look and feel of the quantum realm.
Right.
I love seeing Michelle Pfeiffer being a total badass. Like, be like, she's like, I got you. Get behind me. You know what I mean? She's like,
I've been here.
I know all the people. I know how to negotiate with everybody. I know how to speak their language. Hold up, bop. Like, she was on
exactly.
Point. I thought we would sing Kang more. That's the only thing. It just felt like he wasn't in a whole lot of scenes.
Yeah, I agree.
Not a lot, but it was kind of like, okay, where's Kang? Like, he just had Jonathan Major still had like major presence, but I just didn't seem like he had as much screen time as I anticipated. And the only thing that I just thought, what the heck was his name? MODOK? Was it called MODOK?
I'm used to it because I've seen him in animated. I've seen him in comic books I've read. Is this your first time like
It's my
ever.
first time, and I felt like
Okay.
he could have just his look could have been tweaked in some way. It just
He,
seemed so like
he
it's
looks
like
like that in the
that's is
comic
that what
book.
he looks like, really?
Yeah.
You're like, that's what he looked like. Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, but no, that's okay.
Yeah.
And he was a lot in Avengers: The Earth's Mightiest Heroes. That
Okay.
cartoon.
Okay.
I will tell you something right now. Go watch. Don't walk. Run and get
Oh,
it. I have to see if I have it on my Voodoo account so you
yeah.
can see it.
Okay.
But they do address kind of like MODOK, and
Yeah.
Thor is so funny in the cartoon. He's just
Yeah.
like, "What's wrong with his head? He has like a huge head with a baby's body." You know,
little, little.
the cartoon is funny, and it's pretty true to some of the comic book stories and stuff. But that made me, when I saw him on screen, automatically it's like
Yeah.
he has a giant head with a baby's body. What is wrong with him?
We're just like,
Um,
what is?
but I think, yeah, I mean, I liked it.
Yeah. I mean, I like they made it like funny. Like he makes fun of himself. Everyone makes fun of him. Just like why you got those little
But
tiny legs?
that's the thing, though. That's the thing. It You could tell it was struggling because
Mhm.
it was trying to be funny,
Right.
but it was also trying to be serious because
Yeah.
hello, it's Kang, and he's
Right.
going to be the big bad from here on out in the
Right.
rest of the movies with
Yeah.
his variants,
Right.
throughout time and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they completely succeeded,
Yeah. Agree. I agree with that.
but I don't hate it. I just
No,
don't.
definitely not.
It was enjoyable to
Definitely
me,
enjoyable.
and
I have to tell you that some people didn't know that they needed to stay to the end for the second credit.
oh,
They left after the first one. I was like,
what? Oh my
I ain't going
goodness!
nowhere.
I'm like, have you not seen a Marvel movie?
But they didn't
Seriously.
know it was going to be two. That was the thing, right? So they were like, okay, there was that post credit, scene. I'm out. And then I was like, there was me and like one other couple that was sitting next to me. We were like, we ain't going
I'm
nowhere.
not leaving.
I'm not leaving. I'll watch all the credits.
Thank you. It's like the credits are gonna come up, and I'm still staying
right.
after that.
That's right.
Oh my god!
My
So,
second scene.
where
ahead.
do you go? Do you go to Alamo Draft House?
Definitely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
that's where I go here in Denver. And I'm trying to think of. I think it was Wakanda Forever,
Yeah.
and I was kind of, sitting there, and I think like one of the people who was like cleaning and bring out your food, and they were just like, "There's not another scene. That's it." And I was like,
They're gonna tell you like you need to leave.
Right. Basically, she's like, "Can I do my job? There's not another scene. Get up, leave."
My bad.
I was like, "All right, I give up. I give up."
My gosh.
Shoot.
Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. No, I
Right.
love Alamo. Again,
Anything.
we need to get them as a sponsor. Legit. But yeah, it's so fun there, and they always have the best pre movie clips from like the archives that you're just like, where did they find this?
Exactly, because some of those clips of really bad like superhero stuff before like Marvel. I was a kid watching that crap.
Yeah,
and I was like, why are they doing it this way? And here I am with my comic book trying to show the TV. I'm like, do it like this. But I have completely chilled out. Hello, adult and stuff. But it doesn't bother me like it used to. I mean, if you look at Doctor Strange, they did a Doctor Strange movie, I want to say in the late 70s or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, Lord. Oh my god. It's like a white man with a perm. You know, I was like, did you
What
do
is
that
this?
magically? Did that happen magically?
Oh man. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
It
Yes,
was
we
bad.
were so grateful for how technology has advanced since those
Yeah,
days.
the stuff before Marvel, people really need to.
Ooh.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say this is
Yes.
because I grew up with that horrible crap,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and the people who grew up with all the Marvel stuff,
Spoiled. They're spoiled.
it, it spoiled, and it doesn't seem like you can satisfy their hunger. They
Mm.
always want more and more new content.
Yes.
And I guess I come from it from a different point of view. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy they're doing this. I can't even
So
believe
there's
it.
so much.
Yeah. And a lot of these kids who grew up with it and stuff, I was just like, oh my God.
No,
It's like,
no. We were on the struggle bus.
yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'm like, go back and watch,
Seriously.
the Captain America before Captain America or Doctor Strange. I'm like, it will hurt your feelings. You, you will watch it and just be like,
Ooh.
um, why did y'all put this up here? Oh, you were trying to keep the rights, so you just made a bad movie. Okay, I got it. I got it. Well,
All right.
it is the end of the show. Time
Again, too
passes so
fast.
fast.
I
It does
know.
do.
Man.
But do you have where people can find you and chat with you? Are you on Twitter? Are you on
I am not.
Instagram? I think they could go to our
Just go to go to
yeah,
I don't
go
know,
to our
our
website.
Facebook page. Please, we love some love there. That's pretty much where to find me.
Okay.
Sure.
I
And you,
I
sir, you're all
you
over.
can
I
find
know.
huh? I know. I know. That's why I'm like, okay, I gotta stop. But you
Oh,
can find
no,
me at
sorry.
Storms. Go ahead.
No,
What were
go,
you
keep
gonna
going.
say?
I know we're trying to like
Oh,
cut,
you can find me at
cut.
Storm78704 on Instagram. Say hello. You can find me also on the Idle Musings of the Nerd Mind on Facebook as well as Twitter and Instagram.
Oh
So
yeah,
and you can find us also on Spotify. So
all the
come on
places.
over. We're on YouTube. Please
Yeah,
give us some love on YouTube. Hit that button. Comment. Let us know what you're thinking. We want to have these discussions with you.
totally.
So that's it, y'all. Until
All right.
next time.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Richard.
much. Oh, talk to y'all
Bye,
soon. Bye.
friend.